as an agency, we have to take like a fiduciary responsibility to take the long view for our clients, right? And to try and leverage technology and tactics in a way that are going to benefit them over a long period of time versus chasing a short-term gain. And so the way I view SEO in leveraging AI, and I think the way we leverage it as an agency is right now we're really in a learning mode, right? What are the tools that can help us to leverage AI in a way that help us to interpret algorithms to create a strategy that's more efficient and effective for our clients long term? Content is a pretty easy AI play by a lot of folks right now because it's the low hanging fruit, right? I can go out and add 100 pages to my website, and I might get this 30 or 60 day short term lift to my visibility. But what does that do over a long period of time? And I think going back to Google and a lot of their algorithm changes over the last year, they've put a really big focus on high quality content. And, it's always been a big component of their algorithm. And I think they're struggling to understand how AI content is generated and the volume of AI content. And I think one of the dangers that a business owner faces is the idea that if I put more content on my website, immediately I'm going to have this great SEO lift. And I think in looking at that, it's a very short term lens. I think they need to be looking at strategically what is the content that my customers are searching for my business and my services, whether it's the top of the funnel, they're getting introduced to problems that they might have in their business that we can solve, or the very bottom of the funnel and the products and services that I offer that we can help them with. And I think AI content can definitely be a tool that we could leverage in a way to help us fill in some of the gaps if we're reviewing it, editing it, and making sure that it really is answering questions. But in general, all these AI tools today, essentially what they're doing is they're scraping other websites online and they're regurgitating the content in a way that they believe fills whatever algorithm they've created within their internal platform. And so I think if I was a business owner today, I would want to be curious as to how AI could be leveraged to help me create a strategy to make my business more successful over the long term. I might be willing to test some AI created content in very specific silos that are reviewed and made sure that they're accurate. But I don't think I would be willing to press a button and say, let me create an AI website that's going to go out and really resonate with my customers and expect that that's going to last for a long period of time. Because I think, one of the things that business owners probably don't see behind the scenes is as Google crawls websites online, there's a certain threshold to get that content indexed. In 2023, I think one of the biggest challenges that business owners don't recognize, but folks in the SEO industry do, is getting content created is pretty easy, but getting content indexed and then that content indexed and ranked in Google is completely different. And I think Google, as they try and crawl, the abundance of new content that's created because of a lot of these tools, they're getting a lot more particular in the type of content that they're willing to actually index within their search results. And so creating a bunch of content isn't necessarily going to be a benefit to your website if that content never gets indexed in Google. And if it's indexed, does it even, does it rank? Does it add value to your website? So you might end up actually doing more harm over the long run than you do adding positive gain to your website.